Mirror shock. Now, let's be honest. If someone says, "Oh, you're beautiful just the way you are," well, that's really sweet. But sometimes when I catch my reflection in the mirror, I say, "Who is that woman? And when did she move into my bathroom?" Oh, my goodness. Well, stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we're going to talk about the awkward truth of vanity over 70. I think we all feel it, but it's just something we don't want to talk about out loud. Well, we're going to talk about the truth of it. We're going to be honest about it, maybe have a little bit of fun, and a little bit of freedom in the end. As women, we were taught to care about how we look. Have your hair done, your makeup, make sure your clothes are ironed. I know when I grew up, my mother got her hair done at the beauty salon every single week. And then she would wrap it in like toilet paper sometimes. She even would put a pair of silk underwear on her head so that her hair wouldn't get messed up until she went back to the shop the next week to get it redone. So I grew up seeing that. Now, I never put underwear on my head or wrapped it in toilet paper to keep it in place, but women were taught to really care about their hair. And we would spray it. It was like helmet head to keep every hair in place. As far as makeup, well, my mother didn't wear much makeup. She wasn't into makeup. But she did always have her nails done. She polished her own nails. They were usually a bright red. She took care of them, and then she would wear some red lipstick. And ironing, well, those of you that have been with me for a while, you know I love to iron. I will iron just to iron. I will re-iron something that doesn't need ironed. I grew up seeing that. My mother ironed everything. And she would iron her clothes the night before for when she had to go to work the next morning. They were pressed to perfection, starched, creased, everything perfect. And the next morning, before she put them on, she would iron them again. They didn't get wrinkled overnight, but that's what she did. So I do iron my clothes. It's something I enjoy. Most of the clothes don't need to be ironed in today's world, but I iron them anyhow. So you grow up seeing these things and being taught these things, and then the minute you reach a certain age, you're not supposed to care anymore. You're too old. Why should you care what your hair looks like or if your clothes are wrinkled or not? Well, golly, that's not true at all. I still care, and I bet most of you do as well. Now, like I said, I don't go to the beauty shop and get my hair done and all that, but I do like my hair combed and fixed. I mean, I can't wear just a baseball cap. I could never do that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, and I see many women in baseball caps, and they look really cute. I couldn't do it because when I took the hat off, I'd have hat hair, and I just wouldn't be able to stand that. So I don't know about you, but I still want to feel good when I look in the mirror. At least feel like I made an attempt or look presentable. Vanity doesn't just disappear just because we turned 70, but it definitely gets more complicated. So let me tell you about some of my mirror shock moments. You know, when you go to lean in to the mirror to put your mascara on because, our vision isn't that good. So I have to lean real close into the mirror. And oh my gosh, first I can't find most of my eyelashes. They've thinned out, fallen out, disappeared, got lighter. I hardly have any left. And it's a little shocking. I want my eyelashes there. or you lean in to put lipstick on and you see a big long hair sticking out of your chin that, well, you could probably braid if you had to. Another mirror shock moment is you have this favorite outfit that you loved. It looked good on you, it fit perfect, and you go to put it on and you say, well, what happened? It looked good last year. Maybe the color's wrong for you now, maybe it doesn't fit anymore. It just doesn't look the same because nothing's where it used to be. Our body shifts and things change and gravity takes place, and oh my, it can be quite shocking. Now, I know you've had your own mirror shock moments, so please tell us about one in the comments below. Those little surprises can sometimes shake our confidence, but it doesn't have to. Those are just changes that are going to happen on a daily basis. The more we age, the faster and more will come. And, we just got to get over it. We just got to laugh about it. But I have to admit, some of them are quite shocking. Now, vanity is not shallow, at least at this age it isn't. It's about our dignity and our identity. It's not just about our looks. And I think all of us just kind of want to see an older version of ourselves, but sometimes we don't even look like ourselves. We can barely recognize ourselves. And that can be a little disheartening. I don't just want an older version of me. I want to see me. You know how we've talked about before that no matter what our age is, we feel younger on the inside. So you might say, well, I'm 75 and I feel 20 or whatever. I feel the same way. I think we all do because our insides don't grow old. In fact, I think they get more youthful. But you feel that way and you just feel full of yourself and so good. And you look in the mirror and you're like, gee, I feel 20, 25, or 30, but that face doesn't match the way I feel. In some ways, vanity is just proof that we still care about ourselves. And that's a good thing, in my opinion. What I do when I have that shock mirror moment is I think back to, a certain time or a certain moment, and I can see myself dancing or having a great time. It could have been from 30 years ago, but I just see that and I couple that with how I feel on the inside, and then it changes everything. Then I just look in the mirror, laugh at myself, and go on my merry way. So now let's talk about how to handle vanity with humor and grace. First of all, laugh. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at the wrinkles. Laugh that your lips used to be up here and now they're down here. Or, your nose used to be this width and now it's this width. Just laugh. Can't do anything about it. So you've got to keep a good attitude. And the only way to do that is laugh. Another way is to pick your battles. Find something that you like about yourself, that you like about the way you look. If it's lipstick, then go for that. You don't have to follow every trend or try them all. Just if you like color on your lips, play that up. If you like your hair worn a certain way and you really like your hair and you like the style and the cut and everything, play that up. There's got to be something that we find that we actually like about ourselves because there's plenty to like. So, whatever makes you feel alive, whether that's putting on a pair of earrings each day or just penciling in a brow or whatever, that's what you need to do. Another thing we can do is celebrate the compliments. When people say, oh, you look really good, then thank them. Don't, oh, yeah, which is what I usually do, but just thank them. Celebrate that. I mean, you know that you don't look like you did 30 years ago, but hey, you can look in the mirror and say, darn, I look really good for my age. So just put your heart and soul into that. And another way is to invest in things that make you feel good. If you're trying on a new blouse you just bought and it looks good, you really like it, but you're not going anywhere special today, so you're not going to wear it today. Well, wear it out to get your mail before you take it off and hang it up. Just strut down your driveway and you got your new pretty blouse on. Or whatever works for you. When you do these little things like this, or again, say, gee, I look amazing for my age. Whether it's the outfit you have on or you're looking at your hair or whatever it is, those things give us power and they give us confidence. The irony of all this is the less we try to hide the signs of aging, the more beautiful we look. Don't you feel that way too? Our confidence, our humor, our spirit is far better looking than any cream or makeup we could put on our face. So let's take the shame out of vanity. Yes, we still want to look good. Yes, the mirror does shock us. We have those shocking moments. But that's okay because we also have the beautiful moments. If we can learn to look beyond just the outside appearance, we can see our own beauty. I know I can see it in others. There are some people that their light shines so brightly that it's just incredible beauty, in my opinion. Vanity is just a reminder that we still care. We care about ourselves, we care about others, we care about showing up. There is no shame in vanity, it's just being human. Now, I want to leave you with an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip comes from Samuel 16:7. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Well, isn't that a relief? God does not count our wrinkles. He doesn't count our imperfections because in His eyes, we are perfect. We were wonderfully and perfectly made. Now, here's the thing. Caring about your appearance does not mean you're vain in a sinful sense. It's just wanting your insides to match your outsides. How you feel on the inside to reflect how you look on the outside. You want to show the joy, the fiery spirit you have, the love of life, the zest for life. That's what you want to show. And if you carry those things inside of you, if you have that positive attitude, that get up and go, that, I'm going to jump into my life and enjoy it as much as I can, my goodness, no one will ever see a wrinkle on your face. They won't show up because they're going to see that bright light within you and the joy that you feel and the way you just embrace your life with a gusto. Now, don't forget, the next time you get up and you look in the mirror and you have one of those mirror shock moments, you gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh it off. And that smile, if you look at your laugh and you're truly laughing from the inside out, that smile is going to light that mirror up. You won't see a wrinkle or have a shock moment. You'll just see this positive, beautiful person that's full of joy. That's what I want for all of us. I thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.